What is a flex draper? We've got one here, brand new to our farm this year. I'll give you a little tour of it. You can see it's obviously a John Deere. The 635 indicates it's 35 feet wide, and the FD stands for flex draper. Let's talk about the flex part first. Flex means it's able to flex over uneven ground. Can't really see that while we're not moving, but all those green points, those little guards that protect the knives that shuttle back and forth to cut the crop. I can rarely pick up a rock or a log or something like that because this head is not rigid all the way across. I can turn up or down the hydraulic pressure. With this head I've been able to put it all the way down where it's flexible as possible, and it will actually all along the bar flex and cover uneven ground from one side to the other, or go over a little obstacle like a rock. Now, the draper part involves these black belts. The belts, when the machine is running, two on each side, feed crop to this center belt, and the belt goes into this drum. It's got those little teeth on it that help feed, and that goes on into the combine where the grain is separated from the rest of the plant. The knives I talked about earlier. On a conventional head like we used to have, there'd be one long 35-foot sickle. Now we have two half-width sickles that throw from either end instead of just one end. They actually overlap in the middle. So those knives will go back and forth really fast. As the crop feeds through there, it'll cut them off at the base. They'll lay over and fall on the belt and feed into the machine. The difference between a draper and a conventional head is that here at the back there would be a really long auger that spans the width of the head, and that would be what feeds the crop to the center. There'd be no belt, there'd be a stainless steel floor. With the draper, you get really even feeding of the crop all the time. You don't get any pinching, or what I call slugging of material. Sometimes with a regular head, you'll get stuff that sits up there on the front, especially on that stone dam right behind the knives. If you don't have crop, you're in a spot that's drowned out or something, or it's just not feeding well for whatever reason, they're laying down. They'll sit up there, and finally they'll get pushed in, and they'll slug all the way back there and plug up at the feeder house. The draper's pretty much eliminated all of that, except in some really bad conditions. So it's really nice. We go to the back, you see what powers it. The large gearbox there, powered by a drive shaft that hooks up to the combine. These hoses here and a set of cables, that's all hydraulics and electronics. They plug into the combine and latch. And that latch also engages a couple pins down below that will secure the header to the machine. Actually see a little picture of it there suggesting that you get your pin centered. You'll know if it's not because you won't be able to close the latch. Then we have the reel. I have it raised all the way up right now, so the rest of it was easier to see. I can adjust the reel back and forth and up and down. Can also change the speed of it, and it kind of changes speed on its own relative to ground speed. And I can put that where I want to get the crop to feed the way I would like to into the head. So that's how a flex draper works. Thanks for watching.